Hey, what's up guys, Maniac here. Okay, so, I haven't been making some videos for a while, not since 2 weeks I guess, I mean counting this week. I did my Godzilla non-spoiler review, and I was planning on doing a spoiler review after I see Godzilla the second time. Except there's one problem. I'm broke. I can't find any money. I'm already busy actually making another movie. And just, yeah, it's just like the busiest week ever. And also, I've been like sick this week. I have a stuffy nose. So, if I sound really weird before I start sniffling up like this, I deeply apologize about that because it's allergy season and it sucks. This week and last week, I was broke, can't find any money. I couldn't find a way to see Godzilla again, so I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna move on because I'm not gonna see Godzilla the second time, like right now or anything. I mean, maybe sometime I will. I mean, I promised myself I will see it again because the movie was really good. But, after what's going on, it's just, ugh. And plus, I gotta move on with other movies. Like, I really want to see X-Men Days of Future Past. It's out right now, but a lot of people have been talking about it, and I'm just like, la la la, all that stuff. So, yeah. So, this is just gonna be a spoiler reviews, which I really want to do a spoiler review after I see Godzilla the second time. But obviously, since I didn't, I'm just gonna try my best to remember the best I can, or actually, I have a whiteboard by me, so I'll just be looking at it, look at all the things I've written down what to talk about with spoilers. So yeah. Anyways, getting to the Godzilla spoilers. Now, if you have not seen the new Godzilla movie, which pretty much at this point a lot of people have, but if you haven't seen Godzilla, the new Godzilla, don't watch this at all. Don't watch this non-spoiler, or don't watch the spoilers. I mean, check out my non-spoiler review, but if you just haven't seen it, don't watch this video. If you have seen the Godzilla movie, or you don't care about spoilers, then hey, you're welcome here. So, yeah. So, actually, I also had to have time to think about this new Godzilla movie. Because, for the first time I saw it, I'm like, holy crap, it's so awesome. But then I have to think about it, though. Like there's some problems, and I was really hoping this movie was, like, best movie of the year. But, actually, to be honest, my opinion, it kind of really isn't. I mean, so far it is. But, if I see other movies, like maybe X-Men or some other movies, if I think they're better than Godzilla, then maybe. Well, to me, Godzilla is like a tie of one of my favorite movies this year between this and Captain America, the Winter Soldier. So, yeah, I had to have time to think about what I really think of Godzilla. And I kind of had a few nitpicks and some problems. So, that's the first thing I'm going to start out with. Because in my non-spoiler review, I can't spoil any problems. Because most of the problems are worth spoiling about. So this is pretty much the one reason why I just want to make the spoiler review, so I could give out my problems and nitpicks. So, first off, Bryan Cranston. Now, I'm a fan of Bryan Cranston. I'm a fan of Bryan Cranston. I watched his show Breaking Bad. He was absolutely fantastic as Mr. White. He's one of the greatest drama actors so far today. Is such a great actor, and in this movie, he just killed it in this movie. He is so good. He took his character so seriously. I mean, I definitely enjoyed his acting. I mean, I feel like that was an Oscar-worthy performance. But it's kind of a nitpick to say that Bryan Cranston character dies early in this movie. 30 minutes into the movie. Why would you want to do that to a Breaking Bad fan? I mean, the trailers, whenever I watch the trailers, they always show Bryan Cranston. They're just they're showing oh, Bryan Cranston's gonna be in the rest of this Godzilla movie and it's gonna be awesome. He's tagged along with their characters. But no, he dies in this movie, early in this movie, which I wouldn't mind his character dying. If his characters die at the end or something like that, I wouldn't mind that because then we would get more information about his character. But so far, we love his character so much, we felt just kind of disappointed that he died. So, yeah, that's pretty harsh. And also, I was also going to say, Bryan Cranston does a great job in this movie. One of my favorite scenes in this movie is where his wife has to get out of this one room with all this radiation, but then the radiation was about to come out of the halls or something like that he's standing at with the doors, and he had to quickly shut it and leave his wife in there to die, which it is so sad, and it's so it makes you feel emotional watching Bryan Cranston crying because his wife is dying, which yeah, I mean, it's such a great scene, but I really do wish he was more in this movie. So yeah, let's see what else oh, actually, another thing that a lot of people have been having problems with that I actually agree with, Godzilla is not in the movie enough, which a lot of people would agree with that. There's not enough Godzilla. I mean, here's the thing, because like, Gareth Edwards is trying to make this movie feel like a Steven Spielberg movie. Like, it's a build-up to the finale, which, that's cool if he wants to do that. I mean, I love it when Steven Spielberg does that with his movies, but, there's just one problem, though. It's Godzilla. Like, the reason why it works in Jaws is because it's the first ever movie to show, like, a man-eating shark. And a lot of people are just like, holy crap, are we going to see it pretty soon? Are we going to see it pretty soon? Then at the end, they're like, whoa, it's the shark. You know? But this is Godzilla. It's not his first time or anything. I mean, if there was somebody who has never heard of Godzilla and seen this movie first, maybe that could work. But, you know, this is Godzilla. A lot of people know about Godzilla. I mean, heck, even regular, like, people know who Godzilla is. Because, you know, with American culture, they know about him. Like, two things they know about him. Or actually, three. He breathes fire, he destroys buildings, and he pretty much fights monsters. A lot of people know that. So, this is Godzilla. We already know who Godzilla is. I mean, if it was some sort of different creature we haven't seen, that would be okay, but it's just Godzilla. We've seen Godzilla before. He made, like, now 30 movies, counting 1998 one. He made 30 movies. I mean, you can't just go out and say, oh, you want to see Godzilla again for the very first time? I mean, it works in the original 1954, because that is the first Godzilla movie ever made. But, you know, it doesn't work here because, again, we've seen Godzilla before, which... speaking of, like, Godzilla not being enough in this movie, that's just another thing. It's just that the first half of the movie, like I said, with my non-spoiler review, the first half isn't that great, because you do get some human development, which I love the human characters in this movie. They're really interesting, but it's just that Godzilla's not really that much in the first half. I mean, you do get to see him a couple of times. Like, you get to see him swimming. Like, you see his spine swimming in the ocean with, like, battleships. And you only get to see him, like, full body. Like, there's a scene, like, the scene where, like, he goes to the airport to fight the wing Muto monster. And then, like, he just, like the camera is just right at his feet. And then pans up. You see Godzilla. He roars. And then, all of a sudden, it cuts to the humans watching the fight on TV, but it only lasts a few seconds, and then Godzilla just goes back to water. Really? Come on! I would love to see that fight! That fight would have been so cool! I mean, we got the ending fight, I know, but it's just that airport scene was freaking... Oh, it was like the best build-up ever, but at the same time, though, you're just like... I pretty much expected a fight from that, not just, like, cut to an aftermath or something like that. So yeah, a lot of times this movie does that. The only time you actually get to see Godzilla doing, like, Godzilla things is mostly the end of this movie. Which that's another thing which it doesn't work for this movie. Because this movie, I would just go up to people and say, oh, the ending's worth it. Check out the ending. Because the first half, I can see why the first half is boring as a regular audience point of view. I mean, like, as a Godzilla fan, I don't mind the first half. It's okay. I love the human development, but I just don't really... I just really wish the monsters could have been a little bit more in the first half of the movie. Well, mostly Godzilla. But, like, the first half could be boring. I mean, I could see that. And then, like, at the end of the movie, you know, they finally get a fight, which it's cool, which it's really such an awesome final battle. But, you know, it's just, what really matters to me about movies is if the whole movie is good. You know, beginning, middle, and end, all good. I mean, it can't be just like, okay, the beginning kind of sucks, the middle kind of sucks, oh, but the ending is so awesome. It's like, Oz, the Great and Powerful. Like, that's a terrible movie, but it was worth seeing for the ending because it was awesome. That's what I kind of feel like with this movie. Except, this is Godzilla. In the first half, I don't mind at all, but, you know, I can see why people wouldn't like it. So, yeah, and I mean, that's why I keep saying, like, the first half is okay, because we would love to see more Godzilla, like, action stuff. Like, if you're somebody who loves Pacific Rim, I don't think this would be your kind of movie. Or even the fight scenes, like, there's no, like, punching or anything like that. Like, Godzilla just shoves, like, the Muto monsters, he does stuff with his tail, and he starts, like, doing this. I mean, it's supposed to be a realistic fight. That's why. That's why, like, there's no, like, awesome, like, unrealistic things from Pacific Rim. But, you know, so, yeah, first half really kind of doesn't work for me because, well, mostly just, like, as a regular point, obviously, because I can see why it's boring, but I'm a Godzilla fan, and I actually really pretty much enjoyed the first half, again, for character development. So,